adjustment. I make a motion for Rick to be chair for the finance meeting tonight.
I'll second it, but I don't need a second, does it, for a chair? But I'll second it anyway.
For tonight.
So, take it away, let's go.
All in favor? Yeah.
All right, so it's 4:32, calling the meeting to order. We have 2 regular board members and Chairman Jackson is gonna sit in tonight for one of the absent chair committee members, so that will give us a quorum. That'll give us three people present. The absences are Committee Chair Noah and Committee Vice Chair Tim McGough. And as far as I know, there's no additions or adjustments to the agenda tonight.
That was the addition or adjustment.
I was the addition or adjustment to
Right.
today's agenda. Yeah, okay, very good. Next on the agenda is a consent for approving the minutes of September 18th, 2025.
So moved.
Second?
Second. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? And Danny is going to abstain, so
Yep.
201 is the vote. Okay,
Is that enough, Danny?
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
it's,
has to be.
yeah,
It's just a majority.
it's a majority
Majority.
on those votes, yeah.
so there's 3 on the committee
Three.
and 2 voted yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so the next is going to be the warrants.
Just some of these.
Does anyone have any questions about this?
Well-
Alvin?
That's right.
Oh, yeah, we get
These
to,
hands don't write.
oh, yeah, we get to sign all these things, yeah. Payroll, oh, there we go.
Most important one, last.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, make sure everyone gets paid.
Danny can sign them.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't see anything that really stuck out when I looked at the warrants. Still too early in the school year to see anything really, any huge numbers that'll jump out.
And they have to be, the bills have to be paid. Karen does a good job of doing it without borrowing money from.
Did you have anything to add, Karen, or?
No, I don't have any, sorry.
That's on the financial reports? No?
No, not much going on yet. Obviously, we gotta be mindful of the budget for this year due to some changes that are going on, but so far we don't need to freeze it or anything.
Okay. Did you see anything there, Danny?
Why is pre-kindergarten minus 3%?
Staffing change. After we finish hiring everyone, I'll move money from another school. Yeah. There's several of them this year
Okay, yeah, I see.
that have,
Okay.
in the smaller budgets, you see the staffing change more. I mean, it reflects higher. So I'll need to do some shifting around once we get settled. I think
When the staffing's 85% of the budget, cause we gotta see it.
yeah, I think all the teachers, except for world language, maybe have been hired now, so I should be able to find money somewhere soon.
Motion.
With the government shutdown, we haven't hit any speed bumps yet, have we?
I only heard by reading the news that the special ed department at the
Oh.
federal government was fired.
Yeah.
So I
heard
don't know
about
what
that.
the impact's gonna be to our grant, which is,
Huge.
$700,000. So without that, I'm not clear how we'll move forward, but I haven't gotten anything saying that that's been frozen.
Because yesterday, I think yesterday, a judge
Froze all the firings, yeah.
temporarily froze all the firings,
So,
2 weeks.
so the big chess game when it comes to government appropriations, so. Okay.
Well, we allowed it to get to
So next, audience for the public, anyone wanna speak? No, they all wanna be quiet. The only thing I was gonna bring up, and of course Noah's not here, was, I know in 2019, last time I was on the school board, we had some mechanisms in place for consolidation or regionalization. Like, I think at that time, we used to like buy like food at, with other districts at like a bulk, didn't we, or no? Or, I thought we ordered it, some, I can't remember, but,
There's a co-op.
right, yeah, that's what it was a
pays
co-op, right.
into, and basically it just gives us a better pricing, we don't
Right.
buy collectively with others.
Right, yeah, that's what it was, yeah. So,
It's not really no different than the list at the state that gives us the best price without going out for bid.
there's no other regionalized, like, regionalization or anything like that in this area. I know like in the Augusta area, they have one, where a few districts have like joined together to consolidate some of their services just to save some money when it comes to like legal costs and stuff like that, so.
I don't know how you could,
Not sure what that looks like.
yeah, I don't know how you could do that for legal,
Would it-
because the legal bills are for specific situations.
Right.
I
That's
could
the
see
most
it for,
important stuff in the world.
like, we did it once, I've done it once, and I don't know about the main rules, but we had the two towns that I worked for, we consolidated and bought heating oil together,
Mm-hmm,
the school district and the towns.
right.
That kind of thing is something that could be explored.
Right, and that's where I was pretty much getting at, yeah.
I don't know, though, Karen would know better than I.
Brian's looked into it periodically over his tenure here, and we haven't found any areas where that is. Sorry, I can't see you, Brian. Hi, Brian.
Hello.
You haven't,
So there is a Knox County consortium that gets together all the Knox County government agencies for heating oil and propane. They tend to, like, they're just doing it right now, locking in their prices, which I've not found to be advantageous for the district. We make out better by getting locked in earlier in the year. And so far, I've been able to find lower prices than doing it through the bulk purchase.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where I was, interested if we were looking at that. And for the facilities, specifically the bus garage on Route 1, do we still rent that building or do?
We do.
Okay, because that was another thing that we discussed in 2019 was because the money that we were spending, renting that building where, and I think what happened was COVID got in the way, but at that time, we were looking at seeing if we could do some kind of regionalized garage with the other districts. And,
There was a discussion of joining with Rockland and building one halfway in between.
mm-hmm,
And my understanding, I was not part of the discussion.
right, yeah.
But from discussions with Ernie Vander, when they started doing the math on mileage
Mhm.
and that sort of thing,
It
that
just wasn't it, man.
it quickly became less cost effective
Okay,
or less attractive financially than what it might have been.
okay, yeah, so, yeah, it's just one of those things, if we can try to, save some money through regionalization or consolidation, then it'd be good, so.
Certainly consolidating with one of the towns,
Yeah,
if we had a town that was interested, for instance, Wyndham's bus garage is co-located with the town's bus garage.
yeah,
And that, I could see where something like that would be successful potentially.
mhm,
They have their own mechanics, it's all their own thing, they just went in together on a building. But it would be finding, again, having something that's as centrally located as possible it starts becoming less and less attractive the further out that we get from the center of the district.
right. Yeah, I know during those 2019 talks, there was discussion if we were gonna do it, possibly do it on like the other side of the Warren Community School where we have all that extra land and then, but to your point, I think if you're pushing it more out that way, then you're pulling away from others, where you're gonna add more mileage to the buses further away, so.
Has there been, there was talk there a while ago of Ripley selling that building.
It's still for sale. We could readdress that, but there has not been, from my
Well, we
perspective.
bought it once already.
From my perspective, there has not been a great deal of interest, from the board to pursue that vigorously.
Cause how much is the rent on it? Was it still like $500,000 or was it?
It's $3,500 a month.
Oh, it's $3,500 a month, okay. So it's not that bad then, okay.
And it was, I think it was 2,000 up until a few years ago.
Okay.
And the last I knew, we wanted a couple million.
The last time when we spec'd one out, it was it was 2+ million just for the building, not including land and
Yeah.
groundwork and such, so.
And Mr. Ripley wants over $1 million, I think. I don't recall.
Yes, correct, for the half, for the bus garage, that does not include what was formerly the Tire King, I think, the other
Yeah.
side, the other building on the property.
Just residential property on Route 1, so, yeah. Makes sense. Anyone else have anything else?
That garage really isn't big enough for what we need to do anyway, is it?
It limits some of the things that would be nice to have. We get by, it's a little bit not quite deep enough. I mean, you can get a bus in there, you can close down the door, but as soon as you lift the hood up on the bus, getting around it becomes a significant challenge. You can, but it just makes it more difficult. You got a closed hood, especially if you're carrying, say, a muffler or whatever the parts are that you're taking along with you. It just becomes a challenge. Certainly having a wash bay, an inside wash bay would be useful. It's not a mandatory thing, but it would certainly be great. Having a third bay additionally for the buses would be great. So really, there are some things that would be nice to have, but there are some things that would be really good. The toilet now, it's a holding tank that gets pumped out, which isn't great. The location you can't beat. The location's terrific. There's plenty of parking out there. Although as much as parking as there is, it would be very difficult to ever collapse all the buses and vans to
Into that
operate
one spot.
full-time out of that location, because there wouldn't be sufficient parking available for all the buses, plus all the drivers in their cars when they were not operating. But I think that would be a challenge regardless of whatever piece of property that we ever had. So.
It's
Definitely.
another one of them big ticket items with no solution.
Right, that's something for that'd be a facilities committee type thing to address. It was
Right.
more of, I was just looking at, cause if we're looking at possible, bonds, I was trying to, a lot of the taxpayers want us to have some give or take, they just don't want us to spend. We should be able to show that we're trying to do some savings on the other hand too, so, if possible, so.
I think the key to that is I'm working to understand the budget
Mhm.
and understand our students and the students' needs.
Yep.
And the truth is that there isn't a lot of room.
Right, there's not
You
much
know,
wiggle room, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to run 7 classes for 1,700 students, there's a cost to that.
Right, absolutely.
And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, right, because I love our schools. And you're running 7 campuses for 1,700 kids, it's expensive. And so if you want to find ways to save, that's going to be a very hard conversation. Because there isn't, so for example, there's 123 kids in 6th grade, we have 8 teachers. If they're all together in one building, you only need 6. So that inefficiency is a hard thing.
Right.
Having said that, my sense from meeting a lot of people is they love their neighborhood schools, and so I think that's a very difficult conversation, Rick.
Right.
Just to be honest.
Right, and it had nothing to do with that, it was more of
Yeah.
on like the administrative side, that's why I was saying where we could do, consolidation on it. At the end of the day, saving, that money won't really, when you're talking about a, $40 million budget, saving 10 or 20,000, I know it's very
Yeah.
minuscule,
Yeah.
but at least it's an effort that we're showing that we're trying to do something, so.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, and I think that it's really important for the community to know and that we are looking at every possible avenue. I mean, I've gotten to know Karen pretty well this last 6 months, and she and her team do an excellent job trying to find every single penny that we can to keep things tight.
Oh, yeah.
Right down to, literally, I wanted to have my office painted.
I told him no.
Yeah, and I said, no problem, I didn't know that we couldn't do it in-house.
Right.
I'm not paying someone, I'll paint it.
Right,
We're not gonna pay someone to paint my office.
right,
I mean, we're at that level of conversation,
oh, yeah,
every penny, but I don't think people know that,
right,
and they should know that, right? That-
Right.
That if Brian and I are in there rolling paint one Friday morning, we're good, right? I mean, we've been short drivers or custodians, Brian's over there doing it.
right.
So it's a real homegrown team effort to get it all done. I just don't want anyone to think that, like, because there's new leadership, myself, Danielle, Penelope and Ashley, we aren't finding a lot of fluff. Right, like in the expenses, like there's not a lot of room to move things. It really does come down to scaling.
Right.
And the scale is that we're running 7 campuses for 1,700 kids. And it's wonderful, and it provides a great education for these kids, but it is expensive.
Yeah, I think that's more of a education to the public, letting them know, because I think a lot of people just see, that big, big 43 million or whatever it is budget, and they just see that and they're like, well, where's all that money going? They just don't realize
Yeah.
that, to what Melvin said, a good, 85% of it goes out
Yeah.
to salary and benefits, and
Yeah.
that's something you can't really control when you're really looking out for the best interests of the kids.
Well, not only that, you have to remember that there's certain things that when you run a school, you have to pay for.
Oh, yeah.
So, for example, it's cleaning, it's heat, hot water, electricity, transportation. Our transportation budget isn't it close to 2 million? Karen, is that right? About $2 million?
It's $1.5 million.
$1.5 million?
I'm commingling your budgets in my head right now.
Yeah,
So I'm not-
it's just, there's a lot of, I'll dig into it deeper as we get into the budget process for
Right.
everyone. And one of my goals is to just clearly articulate to people,
It's 2.5.
2.5. Yeah, I thought it was 2. So when you look at having the number of employees combined with the transporting needs of having a very large geographic district. So you might have, like my kids go to a high school with 1,400 students or 1,350, one campus. But the busing for that community is tiny, because they all live right next door to each other in like a town.
Right.
Right?
It's like
not-
one town, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, like, so you have, every community and district has unique challenges in New England. And the one thing that New England loves is they love their local neighborhood schools and the closeness of our communities, which is why we are so much better than other places to live. And there's a cost for that. And the hard part for us here, the unique thing is the geographical size of the district. It's massive.
It's huge, yeah.
Yeah, I've been cruising all around and I figured it out fast. And it takes a long time to get from Friendship to the Washington General Store. Because that's the best place for lunch that I've found so far, maybe Moody's. But, no, I just want everyone to know that, it's not easy to, there's a lot of big questions for the group to ask. And when present my entry plan probably next month, you'll see that I've developed basically like, you know, modules, years 1 and 2, years 2, 3, and 4, and then 4 and 5, and there's some really important conversations that you all need to have as as communities about the future, because our enrollments are declining.
Right. Those are hard
And that-
conversations, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, and-
Tom, I don't want your head to swell at all, but you have done a massive job of educating the communities with your Facebook post, whatever you wanna call it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people, that's the only place they get any news. They
Yeah.
don't see a newspaper, they don't see anything. They're glued to that.
Well, thank you, Melvin, one of the strategies that I'm working on is having, either the students or the administrators or a group of people work on a video about the high school. Cause if I can't get them in the door of the high school to see what the problems are, we'll show them.
Right.
And that's one of the strategies that I used when I sold the Sanborn Seminary. I went in and had a professional photographer take pictures of the inside of this 1880s building that had been left abandoned for 15 years. And when people saw the condition of the inside of the building, it was stark. And, because they always remembered how it was when they went to high school.
Right.
And then when they saw how it was after being vacated for 10 or 12 years, it was a very different story. So I think that part of it is that you're right, Melvin, that reaching people the way that they receive information is an important part of our jobs, because I'm not interested in checking boxes. I'm interested in having real conversations with people who care. So I really appreciate that strategy. Yeah, we wanna meet people, right, face to face.
Right, because it works, but we have so many avenues of communication now, nobody knows what they are.
Well, they also don't know what the truth is.
None.
And so that's scary, because it's hard to understand that when your enrollments drop precipitously, the cost per pupil goes up exponentially. So when you have a school that used to house 300 students, and all of a sudden it's housing 200, well, I use this analogy, Melvin, when I'm budgeting with people. The Ambrose family house was great for 4 people. One goes to college, and probably my electric bill goes down because one liked to stand in the shower for 35 minutes, right, the older one. And then maybe the food bill got a lot better with one, but everything else cost the same.
Yeah,
So the cost per Ambrose family member for our house went up by 25%. Well, next fall, it's gonna go up by 50% because the other one's going to college. So my point is there's a point where I have to say to Mrs. Ambrose, we're kinda we got a big house here for 2 people. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So you kinda have a big house here for 1,700 people, Melvin,
Yeah.
right? You got a lot of room.
Yeah.
And I think that that's fine, but what I want the public to understand is that cost is why the budget is what it is. If you want your neighborhood schools and you want things to run the way they are, no problem, love it, happy to do it. Not making a recommendation one way or the other or saying anything bad about it. I'm just putting the facts on the table. You're paying for heat, hot water, electricity, cleaning, parking, plowing, mowing, music, art, PE, guidance, administration, the teachers.
Which all works far less expensive in one house. But it don't,
Exactly,
when you're putting it in 7 houses.
yes,
and,
yes,
You
and
know,
I just.
you got 7 dooryards you gotta plow.
Well, and here's the thing, if you don't renovate the high school, it's going to hurt the community's real estate values, because the quality of the schools is directly correlated to the real estate values.
Yeah,
So when people keep saying, oh, well, Tom talked about the accreditation last week at the board meeting, I feel bad because that isn't really the focus. That's one piece. I want people to know that it's real, that NEASC is playing nice with us right now. They're saying, if you improve your high school, we're gonna keep
well, they
you on
played nice with us for quite some time.
Exactly, I'm worried the clock's running out.
And the
Yeah.
clock, and the end's coming.
Yeah, it is, and I've seen it before where they have said we've done what we can do. And so the other piece of that though is, it's what the kids need. The kids need to go to
An accredited school.
well, not only that, but a nice
safe
place
school.
to be.
Yeah.
Right? It needs to be clean. It's not, I mean, the team is, you could practically eat food off the floor over there. Those custodians clean that place, but it's just, Like, I went into the
Yeah.
bathroom up near room 10 the other day. Linda said, come here, take a look at this. There was no urine on the floor. It smelled horrible. And I'll tell you why. We need ventilation. We need air exchange. We need to deal with the asbestos that's in the wrapped on, it's not affecting the air, but it's there.
It's there,
Right.
yeah.
The walls need to be, the building needs to be resurfaced and taken care of. The kids should feel the same when they walk into Madomic High School as they do in the middle school. And the disparity right now is like this. And so the problem is that that's causing people to not move to these communities because they see the high school as being important for their education. So for the finance committee, the purpose of me saying this is, to Rick's point, like, you can consolidate little things and save a little bit of money. The real thing that we need to talk about is the need for the high school can't be offset just by making, there's no small reductions that are gonna make that up.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, okay,
No.
alright, yeah,
Yeah.
that's my point, sorry, I don't mean to be.
Yeah,
No,
we can
right.
say 10,000 here, or 3,000 there, but it's not gonna take care of the high school.
It is not, and I want people to know that if we value our neighborhood schools, then there's a cost associated with that we accept,
Oh, yeah, the
right?
finance
And
doesn't
it's
start
good,
till
I'm not
12:30.
complaining, I love it, right?
So
I
yeah,
love to go to the small schools, I love seeing the kids, and it's great. It's just expensive.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're one of the only superintendents that I've seen in my lifetime that was in schools.
I love
Most
to go
of
to
them
the schools.
sat in an office,
Right.
you know.
Well, we'll be there tomorrow at 8:30, we'll be.
Yeah, we'll be touring the high school tomorrow at 8:30.
Yeah,
Yep, if you wanna go, Melvin, you're welcome. You let me know.
Yeah.
We got a good group going tomorrow, so that's a good start, but if that doesn't work for you, I'll take you anytime, okay? We'll figure it out.
Anyone else have anything else? All right, well, with that, the time is 4:59 and we're adjourned.